Blast off carrying 4 crew members to the International Space Station. Liftoff is set for 12:09. But first, we begin with a heartbreaking story out of Volusia County. A 5-month-old baby boy has died after being attacked by a dog in a home near Ormond Beach. Your Ormond Beach community correspondent Molly Reed is live walking us through these details. And Molly, this is absolutely horrific.
It is, Julie. The sheriff says this is just a tragic and awful incident, and one where the family truly thought they were being careful. Now, we're told that the great aunt and the great grandmother were babysitting the little 5-month-old boy while the parents went out to dinner for the mom's birthday. The parents returned to the house as the great grandmother was on 911 after discovering something was wrong. Now, the sheriff says this happened along Carolina Avenue. He believes the aunt put the baby down in the crib for a nap, closed the door, and then let her dog, a Great Dane, out of its crate. He says within just minutes, the dog somehow opened the door, got the baby, and when the great grandmother and great aunt heard the commotion, they went back into the room. They found the baby on the floor, injured next to the dog.
This is tragic all the way around. You have a young mother will remember on her birthday that her child is dead, and the grandparents. I mean, I just don't know how anybody feels about this. It is so tragic. On what started to be a great night ends up when you return home, your child is dead, and the grandparent and the great aunt. I can't imagine how anybody in this family feels.
Now we're told that the baby was taken to the hospital where they were later pronounced dead. As of right now, we're told that the dog is in quarantine, which is part of the protocol here. The dog will be held for 10 days. The owner can appeal during those 10 days. Otherwise, the dog will be euthanized. In Volusia County, I'm Molly Reed, getting results, News 6.
Molly, thank you. And be sure to download our News 6 mobile app. Just search WKMG in your phone's app store. We'll send breaking news alerts so you can stay informed. New at noon in Marion County, a man accused of sexually abusing a teenager is now in custody. 56-year-old Roberto Stracuzzi is facing multiple charges, including 2 counts of using a child in a sexual performance. The Marion County Sheriff's Office interviewed the 15-year-old girl who says she met him at a neighborhood pool earlier this month and exchanged Snapchat info. Investigators say Stracuzzi would send the girl sexual messages on Snapchat and eventually began FaceTiming her. Stracuzzi is being held in Marion County Jail on no bond. A huge headache for those living at an apartment complex in Kissimmee. A large hole forced them to move out of their homes. It's happening at the Kissimmee Homes Apartments on McLaren Circle off North Main Street. The city says it's not a sinkhole, but is being caused by a failing stormwater pipe. Now, because this is on private property, it is up to the owner to fix it. For now, the building next to the hole has been tagged as limited entry, which means people can get items from inside, but can't stay there because it is unsafe. Here's a live look at our camera near Port Canaveral. You can see there as you look off in the distance, you can see the rocket on the launch pad. Chief Meteorologist Candace Campos joining us now. And Candace, the weather has been looking pretty good, but you're starting to see some things on the radar out there.
You know, that's just the way it goes, Julie. There is one tiny little cell right next to Kennedy Space Center. I was just texting with Justin. He just said, that looks like rain over there. Yeah, it is rain. There's certainly a little cell there. We're watching more of a line of scattered showers as that west coast sea breeze is firing up. You can see out through Coleman, the Villages, pockets of pretty heavy rain. Not a lot of lightning yet embedded within it. We had a couple of strikes within the last couple minutes, but as of now, most of that has fizzled out. This is the one little area I'm talking about. So just kind of put into perspective, there's Launch 39A. It's right there. So just several feet away. We're watching some of the rain that's going to continue to push out to sea. Big question is how are the officials going to kind of go with this, whether or not they're going to continue this launch or not. As of right now, still 90% go, but that updates only a couple times a day. So they might right now are kind of working on, moving things around. If we do get a launch off the ground, not only are we watching for some rain and some thunderstorms, we're also looking at the possibility of a sonic boom about 8 minutes after launch. So again, fingers crossed that cell can just inch just enough outside that area that we'd hopefully get that launch off the ground. Julie.
I know you'll be watching it. Thank you. We have team coverage of this Crew 11 mission along our Space Coast, ready to bring you spectacular images of the launch. News 6 anchor Ginger Gadsden and your Brevard County community correspondent James Barbero are both live near the launch site. Let's begin with Ginger. And Ginger, we are hoping that rain gets out of here.
Oh, Julie, we are keeping a close eye on that rain. It just sort of popped up out of nowhere. We were looking, and actually I'm going to show you a picture of how close it is. It's right over my shoulder right now. There's that shaft that Candace was talking about that she didn't take. She didn't take a picture of that a little bit earlier, but now we're focused in on it, and it is very close to the launch pad. And you can see the countdown clock. We have about 3.5 minutes left to go, and I'm going to zoom out now and show you what the launch pad looks like. There is that Dragon sitting atop that Falcon 9 rocket. We are almost go for launch, and hopefully that little rain shaft will not put any sort of, ruin our plans for today, because otherwise everything is looking a-okay. This mission is really pretty special, Julie, and for the folks who are watching out there. When this crew launches, they will have 2 veterans and 2 first-time flyers. The commander of this is a first-time space traveler, Zena Cardman. She gets to be the commander of this spacecraft for the first time going into space, but she has some good company. You see them all walking out this morning before they boarded those cars and then going on over to the launch site. But Zena Cardman is the commander, and she's with NASA astronaut Mike Fink, who has a lot of experience. This will be his 4th time going into space. He's a veteran of the space shuttle era and actually helped to build the ISS that he's going to launch to at 12:09, hopefully. I want to bring in my News 6 colleague, correspondent James Barbero now. James, you get to see this all the time. It is a real treat for me. You prepared me last time for the sonic boom, so I'm as ready as I could possibly be. Right. Tell me a little bit about what you're looking forward to happening today.
Well, Ginger, it's wonderful to have you back for another crewed launch. We were watching Crew 10 about 5 months ago, and here we are again for another full-length duration mission to the International Space Station. So the astronauts on top of that rocket right now, under 2 minutes until the launch. It's been them and their thoughts. That's really been it. These are their moments right now to just think about the last thoughts before they leave the Earth. They propelled the rocket, they put the fuel in it, we saw the venting in the rocket, and I was just listening in to the latest on the countdown during the NASA and SpaceX stream, and I still have not heard any major issues that they're working. We of course have to watch though until the final seconds. We have seen launches before scrubbed in the final 5 seconds. That's because it's autonomous at this point. The computers are in control. If the computers on board detect anything, they will scrub the launch down to the final seconds. So let's watch. What else could be more exciting? Where else would you rather be? Go Crew 11, everyone.
Speak to them on this mission to the International Space Station, James. We've got about a minute here. We've stopped the clock with 1 minute and 7 seconds.
Okay.
I'm not quite sure if that is exactly listening in. Oh, and we have a scrub, guys. We just heard that we have a scrub. Oh my goodness, we know they had some technical issues that they figured out earlier, but we're not quite sure what is happening now. So they're standing down right now with 1 minute 7 and this is it. That picture you're seeing right there, that's that rain shaft that we have been showing you, a violation of weather. James Barbero, thank you, I heard you. Incredible, so close. So close. And there's that weather.
Right, good catch, Ginger.
Okay, again, there's the rocket sitting there. It's not going to take off today because it's an instantaneous window as well. They stopped that clock with 1 minute and 7 seconds to go, and at 12:09 it approached, and they were not ready. It was not going to be a go for it today, but a weather violation for it today. James, how disappointed are you right now on a scale of 1 to 10? Be honest.
Well, I'm a 5, and that's honest, Ginger, because this is what I tell people. It's a coin flip. It's 50-50 on launch day, and I like to tell our new visitors this especially because they get so excited about seeing their first launch. But it comes down to weather and the technical issues. So you just never know. With the technical issues and with the weather, they can both come down to the final seconds. And that's what we just saw. With a minute 7 out, I mean, just standing here at the press site in the last half hour, you wouldn't have thought there could be a weather constraint. They did mention earlier in the broadcast they were keeping an eye on the wind, but we did see these clouds come in late. So that's my guess for what the problem is. And of course, when you have crew on board, they don't take any chances. They don't take any chances from here down the range, up the eastern seaboard, all the way to Ireland, I believe, where the abort weather must be taken into account for as well. But we'll find out exactly what it is momentarily that caused the scrub.
Yeah. We'll figure out if it's weather on our end here at KSC or if it's weather in the abort zone in Ireland, as you mentioned. But we can't help but think, as I take another shot of that cell that was kind of coming through our area, James, that this might have possibly been an issue. And when there are people on board, they do not take any chances. You see the launch, the countdown clock there stopped with 1 minute 7 seconds. So disappointing to a lot of people. And I had just said goodbye to Justin Wormuth, and he's like, "Are you crazy? I'm not going anywhere. I'm going to watch this launch. I've been out here all morning." So disappointing, but they're going to do everything that is absolutely safe and necessary to make sure that these astronauts have a very safe trip to the International Space Station. But that's going to do it for us right here out at the Kennedy Space Center. A lot of people coming out and leaving a little disappointed today, but know that they will try again sometime. And when we get those next dates for you, we will certainly bring them to you on air and on clickorlando.com. I'm Ginger Gadsden. We're going to go to a quick break, and we'll be right back with Julie Broughton in studio.
Introducing the new $25 million Gold Rush Multiplier Scratch-Off from the Florida Lottery.
Clermont police are calling for help in a new plan to try to keep the city safe. Officers want business owners and homeowners to register their security cameras to help officers respond to crimes. Lake County community correspondent Mark Lehman is in Clermont to tell us how this program works.
This plan starts with a network of cameras officers can access through their laptops or with their mobile phones. And now police are hoping residents and business owners will help them expand upon that by registering their privately owned security cameras. And all this is part of a plan to keep the city safe.
Right now we can see someone walking out of the side entrance of one of our schools.
It's the newest crime fighting tool for Clermont Police. Connect Clermont gives officers mobile access to live city and county-owned cameras.
How crucial is it having that real-time access to video?
Oh, it's a game changer.
And Captain Malcolm Draper says police hope business and homeowners will take it a step further by registering their security cameras. It doesn't give direct access, but lets investigators know a camera is present.
The fact that an officer knows that you have a camera in that location can cut our investigation time considerably.
Owners can also integrate their cameras, which allows the officer to view the live feed in case of a nearby emergency. It's all part of an overall plan to establish a real-time crime center.
This provides, good usable camera footage if we ever had an incident or anything like that.
This is where that real-time crime center will eventually be built. Clermont police say they'll be knocking down this wall to make room for all of the equipment. This will help them during certain events and large-scale investigations, and the hope is to have everything finished by the end of next year.
Draper says the program is gaining support in the community, which helps increase safety.
There's a lot of cameras out there. The more data available to our officers that are boots in the ground, the better.
This program was launched at the beginning of the month, and so far nearly 50 residents have registered their cameras. This is through the Keep Clermont Safe website, and we put details about that under this story on clickorlando.com. I'm your Lake County community correspondent, Mark Lehman, News 6.
Okay, let's take a live look in Brevard County. You are looking at that Falcon 9 rocket sitting on the pad. Crew 11 launch just scrubbed. It was supposed to go at 12:09. Chief Meteorologist Candace Campos is here. And Candace, we always talk about how with a 90% chance of go, which it was today, sometimes it doesn't go, sometimes it goes with a 10% chance. So,
and Ginger said exactly, it just literally came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
That's a sea breeze shower. You get those sea breezes coming in. We have moisture, we have heat. Everything that adds that buoyancy. So it doesn't take much to start kind of billowing some of these scattered showers and thunderstorms. My kids right now are sitting at the beach, and I just texted them. I said, no launch today, so they got all bummed out. So I know there's a lot of people along the coast right now bummed out. They have now a 24-hour delay according to the 45th Weather Squadron. So I'm going to show you the forecast in case they just shift it to tomorrow. Hopefully that will be the best case scenario. But let's look here right now at the radar. This right here is what we talked about all morning long, that we'll have that potential about noon to 1 to start seeing some of that rain develop on 95. And that's exactly what we're seeing. We just had one lone little cell that developed out over the coast. That unfortunately was the cause of that scrub, or at least what we believe is the cause of that scrub. So another little bigger batch here. Not a lot of lightning yet embedded within. We had a couple strikes a few minutes ago, but now moving through Coleman, we'll continue to approach areas of Leesburg, Fruitland Park to Berries within the next 30 to 45 minutes. But let's talk about the one pesky area that, of course, is the reason, or what we think is certainly the reason for it. This is how close it was. So here's Launch Pad 39A. We just put a little distance tracker here. This one little cell, which by the way didn't pack a lot of lightning at all, but when you start getting cloud cover and rain starting to build on top of each other, it starts already kind of creating its own charge, that lightning watch, right? And because of that, they scrubbed it. Again, like Ginger mentioned, the moment you have people on board, it's just a different setup. All right, the ascent recovery, I forgot to update this. This is why I'm jumping around a lot. The ascent recovery for tomorrow is going to be on the high category. That means that the waves are expected to start picking up a little bit more within the next 24 hours. That's going to be the main concern. That is why the probability, if they do, this is again a big if they do move it within 24 hours, the probability goes from a 90% down to an 85%. It's still a decent shot. Fingers crossed we can get a successful launch this week. All right, let's go temperatures out the door. It's hot, no matter where you are in Central Florida, as we have a heat advisory that remains in effect until 7 o'clock today, as our current temperatures right now, upper 80s to low 90s. But let's talk about what it actually feels like out the door. All that humidity and that heat that's creating those storms along the sea breeze is also making it feel even hotter right now. Along our coastline, there where Ginger is at, 102 degrees. That's what it currently feels like right now. 105 in the Villages, 102 in Palm Coast. But now let's check on that hour-by-hour forecast for your Thursday.
Sponsored by Strata Air Conditioning and Heating. AC emergency, you ought to call Strata.
So scattered showers and thunderstorms again developing like we talked about all morning long along 95 and I-4. That's exactly what we're seeing at this point. But then the scattered showers will start to kind of expand a bit. We'll have some of those late time rain and a few thunderstorms develop once again where the sea breezes kind of collide. That's where we will have some rock and thunderstorms as late as about 8, 9 o'clock for tonight. After that, though, we are watching for a weak front to approach come Sunday and Monday. And notice higher rain chances, slightly lower temperatures. Hopefully you can break from this heat at least by this weekend. Back to you.
Candace, thank you. The city of Orlando celebrates a big milestone today. After the break, we'll tell you some of the big events being hosted all day across the city. It is a big day for the City Beautiful. As part of Orlando's 150th birthday celebrations, today is a citywide day packed with community service events. Projects have been planned by commissioners in each district. A Discover Downtown event is happening right now with some stores offering special discounts. That's until 6. Lou Gardens, the Manila Museum of Art, and the History Center are all offering free admission for today. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
All right, as of right now, the radar is starting to obviously bubble up some scattered showers. Rain chances for today, not extremely high, but certainly hot all across Central Florida.
Okay. Switch over right now to the News 6 Plus streaming app or click Orlando.com to watch News 6 Extra. Our next newscast is at 4.